everyone, welcome once again with your Broker Investor. So today's video is going to be about Virgin Galactic as promised. If you haven't watched my video but by now, feel free to watch it. So here's the thing. Before investing in Virgin Galactic, I started investing in June, like late May and beginning of June. And what I did is I just relied on my logic in a sense, because I looked at Tesla before doing any research, before doing any on my due diligence. I just watched the company, I saw the cars here, I saw the potential. I'm like, okay, these cars are, this brand might do well because they have great potential and they might disrupt the auto industry. And I started investing in Tesla. Unfortunately, I didn't have much money to invest in Tesla. If I had, I would have gained a lot more money now, because I started investing in Tesla when it was pre-split at $880, $885 in that range, pre-split. So I start averaging in the Tesla stock now for 7 months. So that's why I invested in Tesla before knowing anything about the core things of the company or the fundamentals. I just looked at the potential of that car when it comes to an electric versus ICE vehicle, and I saw there is room to grow. And the same thing with Virgin Galactic. Virgin Galactic, I didn't know anything about the company per se. I just watched their flights, their first 2 flights in space. I was like, okay, so they have some kind of proof of concept, so they have reached space. It's not just a speculative thing. So now they just need to kind of get that FDA approval or whatever it's called, and then they can commercialize space and take people to space. So that's why I started investing in Virgin Galactic in the first place. Then I started looking at in the company afterwards, averaging in buying shares here and there. I looked in the company, I said, okay, they've been founded in 2004. They had a crash in 2014, and now we are 2020. Now I'm talking about last year, 2020, and they are close to starting their space travel or space tourism. So I was like, okay, they have been around since 2004, so this is not a really new company. And since a company has been around since then and they had a crash and they still didn't give up, it shows the potential, and it shows what the team has as goals. So I'm thinking, okay, so this is the type of companies I want. I want companies who doesn't just give up. If a crash happens, it's a mistake. They just learned from that mistake and they did better. And then afterwards, I heard about Chamath Palihapitiya, and I looked into the guy and I was like, holy shit. The guy bought Tesla, and he bought Tesla before, in years before, and he's the chairman of Virgin Galactic, and he has really good record when it comes to investments, especially this year. So I feel okay, that this gives me a kind of confirmation that what I chose is a good thing. And then I came across Cathie Wood, the CEO of ARK Invest, and I was like, okay, ARK Invest as well, they have bought Virgin Galactic stock and they have really good records, and they have bought Tesla before. So it kind of makes me feel makes me feel good in a certain way, because I have chosen those companies just relying on my intelligence and on my logic in a sense, before knowing that there is plenty of other people who are really successful, who have made the same move, but I didn't know about them. So Virgin Galactic as a stock, I feel it's a buy anyway, because the thing is, when they're gonna start ramping up and when they're gonna start commercializing, you can't catch the stock then, because it's gonna skyrocket. And you see it now it's in $34 range. But the thing about this stock, it's a more volatile, because when I started buying, it was in $16 range, and it went to $24 range, and I bought that as well, and it dropped all the way to $15 range. Why? Because there is things that could happen with these specific companies that you can think about, right? The last thing that happened with them is the flight, the failed flight, if they call it failed flight. I don't call it failed flight, because I look at this company, there's a risk associated with this company because it's space travel or space tourism. But the failed test flight that happened in December I said, okay, the engine didn't want to ignite and they came back safely. This is a good thing. I mean, why people were like, you know, emotional about it? It's a good thing. They came back safely. So if someone like me, for example, I would want to go see the Earth from the you know, from the suborbital space. I want to do that. I know I'm not Eddie Bravo. I don't believe that the Earth is flat, but you know. So I want to see that. If I had money, even though like the money it's expensive, but if I had money, I would definitely do that. There is like just one in a lifetime opportunity, and we don't live in this Earth like a lot. So I would definitely do that. So that's why I started investing in the company. And when I think about, for example, ARK Invest now, they are creating a new ETF. It's called ARK X, which is gonna be focused more on space. So when it comes to Virgin Galactic, they already hold the Virgin Galactic stock in another ETF. It's called ARK Q. So I'm pretty sure, or pretty positive that the Virgin Galactic stock or Virgin Galactic company, they're gonna like change it and put it in the ARK X among other. Yeah, like for example Starlink, they could include it in that ETF as well when they go public, among others as well. So Virgin Galactic stock, the price now is $34. I have a cost price of $18 because I added more and more, like I tried to like cost dollar cost average. So I feel like I believe in the company, and I believe the people who are backing up the company, like Shamat Palihapitiya and Kathy Wood of ARK Invest. I see really great potential there. So now let's get into something else. I'm gonna go in my phone and start looking at this one. Big Ideas 2021. It's ARK Invest who are trying. I'm gonna read it first. Technological breakthrough investors shouldn't miss. ARK Invest has identified 5 innovation platforms that are evolving today and causing an increased amount of new technological breakthrough. Companies that are leading and benefiting from these technologies could present opportunities for long-term growth and capital appreciation. In this webcast, ARK Invest and ETF Trends will discuss the technological breakthrough that investors shouldn't miss in 2021, while helping financial advisors understand ways to enhance a diversified portfolio. It's going to be the 26th of January, 11 a.m. PT or 2 p.m. ET. Yeah, so that I feel like in this one, for example, they're gonna probably talk about the new ETF that they're gonna release, ARK X, maybe talk a little bit about it. And I'm pretty positive that, as I said before, that the Virgin Galactic is gonna be maybe the first holding or the second holding in that ETF. Would you rather go now into this stock or later? That's up to you. I'm not a financial advisor, but if I were me, I would definitely start a position now, a little bit, even though it's $34. I'm gonna start a position, and afterwards maybe add more if something happens, like for example if the flight gets postponed again and the stock price goes down, I'm gonna add more and more. The company, they are now doing like some test flights and they are successful with that. And they have contracts with NASA that makes them like take some payloads or loadouts to the space for like research purposes. So they have like different kind of sources of income, if I may say. So they have the NASA kind of contracts or the government contracts, and they have like the tickets when they start like commercializing space. The tickets cost $250,000, which is expensive. But when they scale, they're gonna bring the price down. That's everything that happens in any company. Like Tesla, for example, I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen with BioNano. When they start scaling companies, they bring their prices down to get into more markets. And that's what's gonna happen with Virgin Galactic. So at start, it's gonna be $250,000. And of course, there is plenty of people who could pay $250 to go to space and be astronauts, because when they are back from space, they get astronaut medals. And it's not only just those 5 minutes or 10 minutes that when you go into space and you just experience that gravity, but you have like a whole experience before them. They teach you how to, you know, maneuver yourself in zero gravity. They have like maybe different activities before you go to space. So it's a kind of experience in itself, like a couple of days experience. So now we're gonna get into the stock. I'm gonna go into the Virgin Galactic stock, and we're gonna check out like what they have as, like for example, as a, like what analysts say about stock, etc. So I'm $112,000. I'm up 92%. If you want to see, here's my portfolio. I have all green boots. This is a short-term play. Albino Nano long-term. I have Space long-term, Neo long-term, Tesla long-term. If you want to look at the details, I show you everything, guys. I'm not like those kind of YouTube, you know, channels where you need to have like Patreon, Discord or something. I will never do that. No Patreon. Everything I do, I'm gonna share it with you guys. So here's my holdings. If you see, I have 545 space. So my Space Virgin Galactic is my third biggest investment by value. So I'm up 80 something percent. Yeah, 81% total gain if you see here, and yeah. And in dollars is $8,400. Yeah, so we're gonna go into the Virgin Galactic stock. We're gonna go to details and we're gonna check. Of course, you don't have any earnings now because that's what it is. Like what is kind of apparent with growth stocks or speculative stocks, because you kind of invest the company before they boom. Because when they boom, you can't catch them, kind of. So when you see analyst recommendations rating, it's a buy. We can go into that. Let's check revenue estimates. Look here. So the revenue estimates they have in next 2021, they have a high estimate of 65 million. 65 million. Imagine that. Current year is 2.2, and they are expected to have a high estimate of 65 million, a low estimate of 10 million, and the average estimate of 27 million. So you see how much earnings or how much revenue is gonna be when they start sending people to space. And sales to growth, look, 3,514%. So this is a really good play. You can keep it like a small position in the time being, if I were you, and maybe add, you know, when things when you want. So here's the strong buy 1, buy 7, hold 1. In December there is no selling, so that shows you that there is like kind of sentiment towards this stock, that analysts like see the potential in this stock. And of course you get to upgrades and downgrades. Goldman Sachs to neutral, and this is like in October, to positive, buy, outperform to neutral. So this shows us the potential they have. We can look now, for example, at options, just like to see what people are they bullish or bearish on the stock. So let's look at the call options. So let's look at $35 strike. So it's $35. You see they have 9,000 in volume, which means that people are kind of bullish that stock is gonna reach $35. And since it's $34 now, they're gonna probably reach it maybe by next week. Let's look at $40 range, 2,400 volume. Yeah, so there is some kind of, you know, a sentiment or positive sentiment towards the stock, and I feel like they have come so far that they wouldn't back out now. And when you see who are supporting them, I mean, I respect Shamas Paliapitia, I respect Cathy Wood, and I wouldn't like, if they are going into a stock, that probably means that that stock is gonna do good. It's a disruptive. But the thing is about space, it's not disruptive, it's unique when you compare it to others like competitors, because people say that SpaceX is a competitor. It's not actually. SpaceX, made by Elon Musk, they are focusing more on getting people to Mars, while Virgin Galactic is to get people to space. So this is it for today. Hope you like it. If you did, consider smashing that subscribe button, Habib style. If you don't want to, it's okay. I'm not gonna annoy you with that. So see you next time. Crows out.